Because the fact is that the phenomenally successful person builds the phenomenally successful business. How many of you would agree that your small business has a dramatic impact on your personal life? How many of you would also agree that, let's just be honest here, time to be honest, how many of you would agree that sometimes our own things that are happening in our own life or not happening, the things that we're doing or not doing, get in the way of that, right? So we have to work on ourselves first. The only reason your business exists is to help you achieve your life goals. Now, before you get too stuck on this, let's remember that our life goals include other people. See, Zig likes to say you can have everything you want in life if what? If you help enough other people get what it is that they want. Notice, enough other people. If you need to grow your business, you're just not helping enough people. In fact, the only reason I even have the relationship with Ziglar to start with is I just went and started building a relationship. How can I serve? How can I add value? John Maxwell says that everything rises and falls on leadership. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. How do you gain influence with people? Is you add value to them. You can have everything you want in life if you just help enough other people get what it is that they want. There was a time that I practiced that just because that's who I am, but I didn't really, it didn't resonate. Today, I can just see so much fruit from that. That the more that we live that way, the more that we're more concerned about the other person, the more that we're thinking about the other person, the more that we're asking questions, the more that we're interested in their success because we know that that's the only way that we get success, the more rich, the more successful, the more rich in life and not money, but just the more that rich life is, the better life is. It's what Zig calls better and good. See, that's good, better and good. That's like phenomenal. My vision is where I'm going. My mission is how I'm going to get there. My values is how I'm going to act, how I'm going to be as I'm moving through that. Then you got to ask yourself why. Why am I even doing this? Why do I want to create community? Why do I have that vision? Because my big why is I believe that the only reason that we're on this planet, other than having fellowship with God, is to have an impact, have a positive impact on others. If I don't do that, then nothing else works. You can have everything you want in life if you just help enough other people get what it is that they want. Whatever's in here, we do what we see. Remember that picture earlier. Whatever we see in our subconscious, even when we're not thinking about it. Here's the huge thing about goals. When you write down goals and you look at them every single day, you're going to take action on those goals even when you're not thinking about it. Your subconscious is acting. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life, but it works. It's true. How many of you, if any of you realized that you started writing down goals and things just started happening? Yeah, you bet. So you got to stay focused on your goals, your dreams, your vision to move forward in your life. The value of higher thinking, creative thinking, is that you're going to be able to accomplish some of these things. I love this Japanese quote that says, vision without action is just a daydream. Vision without action is just a daydream. A key part of your marketing plan is what I call a UEP. How many of you have ever heard of a USP? It's called a unique selling proposition. Well, I took it upon myself to officially change this for the entire marketing world on the planet. and change it from a USP to a UEP, because people buy experiences today. Okay, so it's a unique experience proposition. We do what we call experiential marketing. So to develop your UEP, the answer to the question that I got on the break, your UEP is not about the service that you provide. It's not about the service, it's not about the product or the service category. It's not about window cleaning, window installations. It's not about rug installations, carpet installations, plumbing. That's just the widget that you sell. All right, we have manufacturing in here. We got a pizza company that has 600 locations all around the country. All right, so it's not about how many? 6,000. Y'all got 6,000 locations? That's you guys? Is this Frank? Your company has 6,000 locations. I'm sorry, I thought I heard 600. Thank you very much. Yeah, give them a hand clap. Is that cool or what? So, I'm sure the pizza is we changed our word from phenomenal, by the way. Tom Ziglar made me change our words. You know, Zig says it's better than good, right? Better than good. And I got phenomenal. He said now it's better than phenomenal. So I'm sure the pizza is better than phenomenal, but it's about the entire experience. So I want us to work on that for a few minutes. And listen, this is an ongoing process. I just want you to get the gist and the pieces of this, understand the pieces. You're going to leave here with a written plan, but it's a living document. Now, I'm sure Ellen's going to drill that home after a while. So what is your message? Our message is to create the most phenomenal community experience ever. That's what we do. That's what people buy from us. To provide the most outstanding service experience ever. So you have to develop a message so that when you meet someone or you write a brochure or you put a piece of marketing materials together, that you can tell that story. And it needs to include what we call your unique selling proposition, which I've changed to your unique experience proposition, and what's called your most promotable advantage. Our most promotable advantage is our most outstanding service experience, because very few people are willing to do that. That's the essence. One of the things that gets us is we don't go out and visit with people and network and do all that because we think that it's going to take all this time. You know, Michelle deals with procrastination. And it's one of those things when you finally get around to doing it, you say, man, it was fun. It worked. It didn't take as much time as I thought. And it's got to become a lifestyle for you. When I started my business, I mean, I'm literally working out of the trunk of my car, and every hour that I didn't have a job, I was wearing a sport coat and a tie, and I was out there meeting people. And I still have that habit today. You got to always be building your network. But what I found is that if you'll invest just a little bit of time, I created a graph some years ago, and I believe it's true. Anybody that's ever actually done this has dramatically increased their business. And if they didn't increase their business, they probably didn't do this. But what if you were able to invest just a little bit of time, 30 minutes a day, let's say, maybe an hour a day? Would you invest 30 minutes to an hour a day, every day, if you knew that you could increase your business by over $10,000 a month in new business? Would you do that? Yeah, everybody would do that. So I created this chart. Now this is a big word, exponential multiplication. I don't know where I came up with that. You need to maybe simplify that. But here's how referral marketing works. And this is a hypothetical chart. But what happens is I go out month number 1 and I invest 30 minutes or an hour a day, and I get $1,500 worth of business in this particular scenario. Not a lot of money. That's a lot of time to invest for very little. But on the other hand, how many of you believe that if you spent 30 minutes a day to an hour a day diligently, that you could get a $1,500 return? You could sell $1,500 worth of business. Not too hard, right? The real power comes in where if you follow this, if you do that consistently for 6 months, what you notice is that the pink line, once you develop these referral sources and gain their trust and become their consultant, if they send you $1,500 this month, guess how much they're likely to send you next month? $1,500 or more. They'll get their pattern eventually as you begin to spend time with them. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to continue to network with people and build relationships with people. And if you follow this math for 6 months, you'd be at $10,800 in new business every single month. That's how I grew my company from $30,000 a month to almost $3 million a year. That's how John Browning and them went from, when he started with me, $10,000 a month way back then to what they're doing today. John Torres, Justin's over here in the house, started with me with zero and did this right here. Went from zero to $600,000 a year in referral marketing, mainly with flooring people, designers. And a couple years ago, he decided, well, it's time to grow again. And so he went out and focused on interior designers and added another $200,000 to his business, went to $835,000. Last year, he decided, I'm going to call on plumbers and I'm going to do restoration work. And through marketing to plumbers, they increased their business from $835,000 to $1.7 million in 1 year.